So that was the first time the page displayed. Now let's look at it one more time after we click one of those delete links. Now again, in the URL, we're going to have two variables, action and username. So again, our processing starts here, and we're going to check to see if there's a get action variable. This time there is, so we're going to go ahead and run what's inside here. Now we have this in a switch statement just in case we want to add additional actions later on. Right now we just have one, so this may seem like a little bit of extra code, but we know we want to increase the functionality of this script later to include updating and inserting, so we're just building this to be future-proof, so it's easier to extend later. So we do have this switch statement, and we're checking to see if the case is delete. In this case it is, and so we'll run this query. Notice that we're not assigning the result here to anything, because when we run a delete query, it doesn't return anything that we're going to use. So this query is a new type, but the only difference that you see here from our other examples is that we're using delete instead of select, and instead of specifying the columns, we don't specify anything before the from keyword, because we're deleting the whole record, not specific columns. So it's going to read delete from, and then we specify the table where the record is going to be in. We specify where in order to tell it what conditions need to be met to delete a record, and we're going to say username equals, and then we're going to pull in the username from the get variables. Now remember, when we clicked delete, we're adding the action variable and the username variable to the URL, which we can grab using the global get variable here. So we'll have the username available. In the first record we deleted, the username was homestar, and we're putting that inside of MySQL real escape string. Again, this is to protect us against an SQL injection attack, and then we wrap single quotes around that. So this will go through and delete any records where the username equals homestar. Finally, what we do is run the notice function, which adds an item to that notices array, and it says the user and then the name of the user was deleted, and then we run break to get out of this switch statement. Finally, we get the notices. This time there is one notice, so we're going to render that as an HTML list, and then we're going to use people display in order to display the list of users again. This time though, there will be one less to display.